Hi, this is Fofamit, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious. So some of you might know me as a VTuber or a streamer. Mainly you can see me on Twitch, but we're not going to be talking about that today. So the reason I bring this up is on my stream, a lot of people have been asking me or talking to me about ripped avatars. So in VRChat, unfortunately the situation is right now is that there's currently a resurgence of people who are using something called like hacked clients. So these are not really like when you say the word hacked, it kind of gives off a different air, but essentially all they're really using is something like a cheat engine or something like that. So how it works is that it's essentially just a client that you can open. So I actually have obtained some images of someone using a one of these clients. I'm not going to say who it is, but they have sent me these images. These are images of a client that's more feature enhancement, so it's not really, it doesn't have any malicious intent. But unfortunately, the thing is that there are a lot of avatars out there that have malicious intent. Well, as many of you already know, when you start playing VRChat, you can publicly clone avatars. So these are public avatars that are available to everyone. And in your settings, if you turn on avatar cloning, then you can allow other people to copy your avatar. So there are some clients, whether or not, if you have the cloning option turned off, they allow you to just force clone the avatar anyway, as long as it's a publicly available avatar. So now let's talk about private avatars. So a private avatar means that it was uploaded privately and can only be used on one account. So even if you have avatar cloning on, that means no one can actually clone it because it's a private avatar. And that's essentially how the system is supposed to work. But the issue is that some people with these hacked clients or these modified clients, they have the ability to just essentially press a download button and not only just clone your avatar, but actually get the entire Unity package. So what is the Unity package? That means they have access to your full avatar file, meaning that they can modify it. Essentially, it's like they just took the whole thing and they can upload it completely as theirs. They even have access to the textures, the dynamic bones, the weight painting, and everything. So they get the whole kit and caboodle. So like, how do you stop this? So the number one way to stop this is essentially if you have an avatar that you don't want other people to be able to take, and let's say either you spent a lot of time editing this avatar in Blender or Unity, or let's say you commissioned this avatar or made it from scratch. Unfortunately, the way the state of VRChat right now is that if you don't want it taken, essentially you can't use it in public worlds. Because how these hacked clients work essentially is that if they see your avatar, that means their avatar is downloaded and now it's visible to them. That means they can just simply download it. They can download it at that point, or they can download it later, and they get the whole thing. So now, one point of clarity that I'd like to mention, how I mentioned that you want to avoid public worlds. So what do I mean by that? So in VRChat, there's different kinds of worlds and different kinds of security levels for your worlds. So there's public, there's friends plus, there's friends, invite plus, and invite only. So you might have heard of some of these current ripping groups that are going around using these modified clients, saying how we can get into your friends plus worlds, we can get into your invite plus worlds by using hacks. The thing is that that's completely false and it's not true. I mean, it is possible, but using these modified clients, it is not possible. How they're actually getting into your worlds is they're using social engineering. So all they're doing is they are basically, when you're in a friends plus world, for example, that means when it allows people to join your world who are your friends. But since it's a friends plus world, that means that your friends' friends can also join. And that means their friends' friends can also join. And their friends' 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 friends can also join, and so on. And the same also goes with Invite Plus, is that if you're sitting in an Invite Plus world, and let's say one of your friends requests to join, then one of their friends requests to join, your friend who you let in has the ability to allow other people to come into your world. So the long story short of it is basically think of anything that's not an invite-only world as a public world with extra steps. So how do we stop this? Essentially, the easiest thing is avoid stranger danger. So if a good rule of thumb is if someone sends you a friend request and they haven't taken the time to come up to you and, you know, to wave and say hello, hi, and that means don't accept it. You don't know who this person is. On top of that too, I mean, also just like in some instances, just like if you don't know the person that well, or they haven't taken the time to get to know you, or let's say you were only able to talk for like a couple minutes, maybe be a little bit more smarter about people who you accept on your friend request. Let's talk about how other games. So there's another game called Neos VR. So Neos VR essentially has the same issue where people can basically copy and steal your avatar, but the key difference is that with Neos VR is that when someone takes your avatar, they don't get anything. The only thing they get is basically like the base mesh with no information. So it's kind of like they stole your house, but there's no plumbing, there's no furniture, there's no wiring for electricity, nothing. It's just a bare skeleton of a house. And that's essentially all you can steal in Neos VR. I wish that VRChat could have something similar, but unfortunately, the way things are right now, you cannot. This is basically a little PSA. If you want people to stop stealing, if you want to prevent people from stealing your avatar, unfortunately, the only way to do that right now is when you join any public worlds or any worlds with people that you don't know, you have to be in an avatar that you don't mind other people being able to take. Well, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please feel free to check out some of my other videos. I do some great tutorials. I also stream on Twitch, so if you want to check that out, links in the description down below. Bye!